What's going on, guys? JSGC 171 here, and it feels so good to say that and be back in my normal place doing football videos, which is what I do. So we're here for the Wolves preview for the League Cup, Carabao Cup, whatever you want to call it, Cup. This is it. So we went through against West Brom, so we're back to the Midlands again, and this time we've got Wolverhampton, but this time we're at the Etihad rather than travelling to the Midlands, but we've got a Midlands club. So we're going to crack on with that now. Wolves, first up. Opponents are first in the Championship. Off to a flying start, looking for promotion, spent money. I think they've spent around £30+ million this summer, which for a Championship club is absolutely extraordinary. So much money in the Championship, so it tells me it's full of quality. So I've just had a look at the Wolves squad, and their attacking force is something to really cause Man City problems. If they play a first team in this game, Wolves will cause Man City problems, and we need to be at our very best if their first team comes out. If they make some changes, which is what I'm expecting them to do, because I expect that they'll be concentrating more on getting promoted rather than the League Cup, then that makes Man City's life a little bit easier because the quality isn't there. But if the quality is there, we need to be at our very best, otherwise we're going to get stung. So looking at their squad, they've got players like Jota that they've signed from Brentford. They've got Costa Neves, who cost 15 million from FC Porto, a player who's played twice for the Portugal national side. That's impressive. They've also got Bonatini as well, who's off to a flyer for Wolves too. So the strike force is something to be reckoned with. They're going to cause us problems, particularly if them players play. They go forward well. They score goals. They scored 3 at the weekend. I think they won 3-2 against Preston. Top of the league. We need to be considering how we approach this game, because this is a difficult game. We've been stung before. FA Cup, if you remember, a couple of seasons back, we lost to Middlesbrough, who were then in the Championship. I think the season before we lost to Middlesbrough, we played Watford, who were then in the Championship too. They went 2-0 up before we brought on our big guns and ended up winning 4-2 in the end and making hard work. This could well be another hard work. Think of Wolves, particularly as the first. The quality is that of any Premier League side that's certainly in the bottom half. They can compete with them. So this is a difficult game. We are at home, and I do expect us to win. Whether we do or not is another matter. My score prediction, because it's Man City and because of the last few times that I've done previews previously back in September, I predicted us to lose. We ended up winning, so I reckon 2-0 Wolves. There you go, which hopefully will mean Man City win rather than not. So there's Wolves, that's our opponent. Look, so we're going to look at Man City now. Now, first up, I'm so disappointed that Phil Foden can't play. He's on international duty. I think he's at the Under-17s World Cup, I think he's at. So he can't play, which is sad, really. I think I remember reading Jadon Sancho, who's now at Borussia Dortmund, got called back by Dortmund rather than playing there instead. Strange. So no Foden. I reckon we'll be resting De Bruyne and Silva, David Silva that is. So I'm sure Wolves fans are delighted about the informed De Bruyne not playing. I would be if I were them. So I'm sure they're delighted that we're probably going to have Bravo in net as well, rather than the informed Edison, who's been so impressive for us. We've now got a guy who's in net, whose distribution is excellent. His shot saving is that to be questioned. So Wolves will be thinking, particularly of that strike force that I named plays. The fancy if they can have some shots, they might score goals. Problematic. But I think we're going to go with a mixture of fringe players, like rotation players, a couple of first teamers, and maybe 1 or 2 youngsters mixed in. So my team prediction, go for Bravo in net. I think we're going to go back to 5 at the back for this. Mainly because our centre-backs, they need rest. Otamendi or Stones need a rest. So I think Stones, considering he's younger, will probably, and he's played so well, will probably slot in defence alongside Mangala and possibly Adara Bioyo. If we go with 4 at the back, Adara Bioyo will be the one to miss out. And I think we're going to go with Danilo right wing back. And I think we're then torn between probably Leroy Sané. Got Fabian Delph. Could even have a Zinchenko there too. But I think we might go with Leroy Sané at left wing back. We've done that before this season. Could do it again. Leroy Sané hasn't played loads and loads of games this season. But he's young, fit, quick, and looking impressive. So why not play him? Central midfield's a little bit easy for me. Gundogan definitely will be playing. Fernandinho needs a rest. And then take your pick. I mean, Yaya Toure should be playing. He's not played a lot of games this season, so this is no reason why he can't have some game time. Bernardo Silva slotting alongside him. Sterling didn't play in his last game, so he could well be playing. Then up front, Aguero's just come back from injury. He takes a few games to get going, so this is perfect for Sergio Aguero to get going and play him. So on the bench, we might have Ederson, Otamendi, Zinchenko, Jesus, Walker, Fabian Delph, Fernandinho, take your pick. We could also have a couple of youngsters on there from the youth side, but I reckon we might see one or two. Certainly Zinchenko, definitely, I think, will be around the squad. He's been training well with them. Maybe Ibrahim Diaz, if he can play too. So fingers crossed we can see 2 or 3 youngsters in this game, particularly if the game starts going in our favour. So, and then I'll be happy. So there you go. So that's the team prediction. I've done my score prediction. I've covered Wolves. If you are in the Manchester area, the game still got plenty of tickets available. They're quite cheap, I think, around if you pick them up for about 15, 20, 25 pounds. It's not all that expensive. I imagine you can pick up a kid and an adult ticket for less than £30, which is a fantastic deal. So if you're in and around the Manchester area, go and have a watch, because we're going to have some first team players available to play. It'll be a good game. I'm surprised it isn't on telly, but of course Manchester United's got to be on telly instead because views. But there you go. So they're on telly instead. So not on telly, you can get down, have a watch, because I think this will be actually a really good game. In all seriousness, I'd probably put this on both teams to score if I was a betting man, which I am. So I'm going to put it on there actually. So that's my both teams sorted right there. I think. Serious score prediction here. I think it'll end up 3-2. It could go either way. I'm going to go 3-2 for Wolves because, you know, if I predict them to lose, then we'd lose. Don't take it seriously. 2-0. We're going to score, hopefully. We're scoring for fun, you know, whilst I've been away. 4, 5, 6, even a 7. We'll see what we can find. But I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be a good game, and I'm looking forward to doing the reviews. Also, at the end of this week, we've also got my Football Manager returning, hopefully. The beta's out on Friday, so hopefully by the weekend we'll have a video out on that again to returning. Next week, we've got the Football Fix Back, which is a review of all the Premier League games and how I think everyone's performing and what's happening. Shame I'm not doing it this week because I've got a lot to talk about, particularly with Ronald Koeman and Slaven Bilic's unimpressive starts. But that returns next week along with Fantasy Football, which if you check out my Fantasy Football videos, you'll see a link to join my league. Join it, and you'll feature in the video. Your name will be there. I'll be talking about your team. Why not join it? So that's everything covered. Don't forget to check out my social media, which is in the description below. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video, and please remember to subscribe if you haven't already. We've got a lot more football videos coming up, particularly Man City one. So we'll see you then. It's been JSGC 171. Tune in for the review tomorrow. Peace. Ciao for now.